Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is NXT. After this week's hectic week has happened once again. Sometimes you would hope for a little bit of calm somewhere. But NXT I don't think is going to be that place. We are rolling through the roads to get their NXT takeover. It is getting close. Very close indeed, and the card is almost all complete. We know most of the big matches that are going to take place, and we know, of course, what the main event of the whole show is going to be. But tonight is another big night of action involving pretty much every match we know to be taking place at NXT TakeOver, but well, I don't have enough time in this little preview to go through them all. What I do have time to talk about, though, is this. To kick off the show for the first time in a little while, the commissioner of NXT is going to have a little bit of a speech. Stone Cold Steve Austin's here on behalf of the NXT general manager to explain what is going to happen heading into TakeOver and maybe some other little bits and pieces that we don't know about yet. I'm certainly excited to see what Stone Cold has to say. Whenever he comes around, you know something important is going to be said, and I think that is going to be the same happening here tonight. Will he have something to say on the NXT Championship situation? Maybe the Global Championship situation? We don't know we don't know it all about that place. Maybe Stone Cold could give us the answer, but you want to talk about that NXT Championship? Well, we're going to see it in the main event, and the Global Championship itself, really, because this is going to be an incredible main event, in my opinion. The NXT Global Champion, Kurt Angle, takes on the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Tanahashi, of course, has Corin to prepare for a takeover, and Kurt Angle has, well, it looks like the big show to prepare for. Maybe even more than one, I don't know, but either way, these two men, true incredible talents, are going to be squaring off one-on-one. I'm looking forward to that main event. It's going to be an incredible main event no matter what. Storylines aside, we're in for a great main event there, but don't be surprised if more than one person gets their names involved, and if a certain champion gets his face involved as well. That is all to come tonight. But of course, we're going to start things off by hearing from Stone Cold. And bring forth the commissioner, for here he comes. Stone Cold Steve Austin coming towards the ring. Yeah, we have, of course, 2.5 weeks, or 2 weeks going by the coming up the schedule, away from NXT TakeOver Orlando. Of course, as I said, we know the matches that are going to be there, but for the most part. And there is going to be some announcements here tonight from Stone Cold Steve Austin. I, of course, don't know any of them. I'm just a commentator on this brand. The NXT general manager and Stone Cold Steve Austin must have discussed their orders, and now we will see what is going to be said here. Stone Cold Steve Austin enjoying his reaction thus far, though, from the takeover, from the crowd here in the Hammerstein Ballroom. That's about all that we've got out of him so far. Stone Cold Steve Austin does like to take a little bit of time, though, before getting into what he has to say. I think he'll be just about to start that here right now. What does Stone Cold and the NXT general manager, what have they worked together on? Stone Cold Steve Austin saying that his information here tonight is not as groundbreaking as you would expect, considering most of NXT has been taken care of, but one thing's for certain, NXT TakeOver is going to be one hell of a show, and we're only looking to add to it with some big information. But first things first, let's take care of some other business. I don't know what Stone Cold means by all that. I mean, there's a lot to discuss regarding NXT. A lot to discuss regarding TakeOver as well, and his first port of call is actually the NXT Women's Division. We all know that Tessa Blanchard and Kairi Sane are going to meet one-on-one at TakeOver Orlando. But as for now, these two women need to get involved face-to-face. They had their little spat last week, will now need to get more personal. Next week they'll have a tag team matchup whereby Tessa Blanchard will team with a member of Trifecta and Kairi Sane will team with a partner of her choosing. However, if she can't find one, it's a handicap match. Quickly moving on there. Stone Cold Steve Austin wants to talk about more than one party. He wants to talk about people getting themselves involved in all kinds of situations. Well, how about the NXT Global Championship for you? We've been seeing Angle, Big Show, and Pete Dunne getting themselves all involved in each other's businesses. Well, now it'll be settled, because a TakeOver, he announces it is going to be those three in a triple threat match for the NXT Global Championship. And that is all that Stone Cold has to say. If you're ready for NXT TakeOver Orlando, give him a hell yeah. And we will be seeing what the future holds tonight and what it'll hold heading forward into TakeOver. Stone Cold Steve Austin is excited, and if he's excited for one thing more than anything else, it's a changing of the guard at NXT Champion. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Well, he gave his information, and then he went off his script and delivered his own piece. Stone Cold Steve Austin just endorsed Hiroshi Tanahashi to become the new NXT Champion. If he'll be able to do that, though, is another thing altogether. What I do know right now is that I'm on the same side as Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I think the majority of NXT. I want a new NXT Champion, and I want it to be Tanahashi, but some big news there, especially regarding the Global Championship. Well, that makes this match a little bit more different now that that's been announced. Because the match we're starting off with here in this episode of NXT is Pete Dunne and Big Show one-on-one. Now, of course, as we know, the two contenders for Kurt Angle's NXT Global Championship come Takeover Orlando. That just changes things up a little bit, doesn't it? Certainly interesting to see that being the matchup that we're going to see happen, but I don't think there was any other choice. I don't think the commissioner and the general manager had any other choice but to go ahead with that match. There was nothing else, I think, on the cards. Dunne and Big Show both had shown that they deserved that opportunity in some ways. You know, Pete Dunne, I mean, before Big Show ruined their match, was almost NXT Global Champion. Big Show's was still within a fighting shout of becoming NXT Global Champion back at Takeover. And last week, Big Show beat Kurt Angle in non-title action. Heading into Takeover right now, it is looking great for the challengers and woeful if your name is Kurt Angle. The champion, who of course, just in case you need a reminder, is one of the best in the world when it comes to his wrestling abilities, is looking a bit like an underdog. But what he's got to think about is that even though it's a triple threat match, no one likes anyone in this matchup. There's going to be no alliances to try and help one another out. Everyone hates everyone. Pete Dunne certainly hates everyone. So it's going to be a very, very interesting affair. That means that we know all 4 title matches now at NXT TakeOver Orlando. 5 matches on the card, and I will quickly run through them for you. As we just heard announced, we have the triple threat match for the NXT Global Championship, Dunne, Big Show, Angle. We have the NXT Women's Championship, Tessa Blanchard against Kairi Sane. We have the NXT Tag Team Championship, Sanity looking to take the titles away from American Alpha. We have No Way Jose and Big Cass in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And of course we have the main event, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Corin for the NXT Championship. We're etching closer to that date, and needless to say, everyone wants a piece of everyone. We've got most of it going on here tonight, all by the NXT Women's Division, which of course had its piece last week. We've got the NXT Tag Team Division. We got members from both sides going after one another. That should be interesting. But before I can even finish talking about all that, take a look at this. Pete Dunne is not wasting any time here. He's gone right for the Big Show. The Bruiserweight looking to pick a fight on the ramp here to kick things off on NXT. Is this so wise to go after the Big Show in this fashion? I'm not too sure. He's about to pay for it. Pump hand, a full away slam all the way up the ramp. Pete Dunne might as well start redoing his entrance right now. Was this so wise of a decision from the Bruiserweight? He wanted to get his hands on Big Show for sabotaging his NXT Global Championship matchup a few weeks ago, but right now, it has gone completely the opposite way. These two men brawling on the ramp, and Pete Dunne is quickly hightailing it back into the ring. He's aware that his decision wasn't the smartest idea, and as Big Show gets in the ring here now, Dunne looks to try and clobber away. That didn't work out the way he wanted it to. Gets himself out of that one though, and still, as it stands, cannot floor the big man. Oh my god, look at the strength of Pete Dunne there. Gut check. God, that just... I mean, Big Show went from not being able to be knocked off his feet to being slammed like that by Pete Dunne. Incredible strength from the Bruiserweight, but he's got to do a whole lot more if he wants to beat the Big Show here. Kurt Angle couldn't do it last week. Can Pete Dunne try and do it here tonight? There is, of course, so much on the line in this one. Momentum being the most key in trying to get in your opponent's head before TakeOver. These two are, of course, the challengers for the Global Championship, but coming out of TakeOver, only one of them gets to hold the belt. Oh my god, Big Show up on the second rope here and down on Pete. No, Pete Dunne moved out of the way. I thought he got him. Dunne was able to move out of the way there and is now using his speed to his advantage. Backbreaker and a Russian leg sweep. And here goes the Bruiserweight now with his hard kicks and strikes, even though he's given up a lot of weight. I mean, pretty sure Big Show was like twice the weight of Pete Dunne. And then some. He is still using his strikes to his advantage here because when they're useful by the Bruiserweight, they hurt a lot. Dug the boot into the throat there of Big Show, trying to take the wind out of him. And now palm thrusts there into the gut, but look at how Big Show just shrugged that one off, wrenching on the neck of Pete Dunne now. Those huge hands wrapped around your head. But Pete Dunne showing that it doesn't affect him. He fights out of that one, but he's showing signs of fatigue there. You saw that Dunne was kind of hunched over. He couldn't capitalize right away, whereas Big Show can. And oh! Thrusts his body there into Pete Dunne's and throws him across the ring with relative ease. Big Show holding that arm up in the air. His huge palm might be going around the throat of Pete Dunne in a moment. But if not, then some punches of retribution. Continuous strikes here. And Pete Dunne's chances of victory are looking to slim away. Uh-oh, powerbomb of sorts. Indeed it is. No, he dumps him down. Alley-oop. And Dunne clutching his body in pain, but rolled out of the ring there. And is looking for any chance to try and just move away for a second. Rolls back in the ring there. Big Show rolling back in. There's that forearm, but it didn't do much to affect the Big Show. As a matter of fact, Big Show still looks fine after it. Spear by the Big Show. We know what's coming next. Oh, then maybe not. Show thinking the cover will end it. Whoa. Pete Dunne didn't even hang in long enough for a 1 count there. The Bruiserweight springing up to his feet. Oh, God. Fall away slam, though, by the Big Show. Dunne. Lucky he didn't go over the top rope there. This is going to be it, though. Good night, Pete Dunne. Oh, there it is. Knockout punch. Weapon of mass destruction. Whatever you want to call it. It just got the win for the Big Show. Big Show now has victories over champion and challenger. Your favorite to win the NXT Global Championship is standing right there. And he is the world's largest athlete, the Big Show. Dunne and Angle have both suffered defeats to this man now. Where do they go from here to try and give themselves a fighting chance to walk out of Takeover with the belt? I said there'd be no alliances at Takeover. Well, maybe Dunne and Angle, as much as they don't want to, may have no choice but to align themselves together to take care of the Big Show. Because it seems as if on their own, they are no match for the world's largest athlete. Well, that was a surefire way to kick things off. And now that these two men both know they're going to Takeover, they're going to meet again. And maybe some revenge from Pete Dunne. Or maybe more of the same from the Big Show. We'll find out. But coming up next, I talked about the only non-title match on the card being No Way Jose and Big Cass in that false count anyway. Well, coming up next, No Way Jose looks to continue on his path to dancing towards Takeover with this matchup here against a man who he tapped out to last week in Mike Kanellis. Well, let's see what'll happen in this little bit here. Interested to see if No Way Jose can get a little bit of a payback for last week. If you didn't see the NXT show last week, No Way Jose, Tyler Bate were on one side, and Big Cass and Mike Kanellis were on the other. They were in a tag team match, of course, and Jose and Bate were putting up a pretty good fight. That has to be said. It was kind of even on all sides until Maria Kanellis, of course, the wife of Mike Kanellis, got herself involved, slid in a chair, which allowed them to take the advantage. They smashed it into No Way Jose, smashed it into his head, I think, on more than one occasion as well, and it allowed Mike Kanellis to lock in his Anaconda Vice and get the tap out with it. No Way Jose, though, still seems to be in good spirits, despite having lost twice now to Mike Kanellis. he has his match at Takeover secure. We know of it at NXT Takeover. It is going to be Big Cass and No Way Jose. That match was made official. It is going to be Falls Count Anywhere as well. Certainly going to be a very interesting affair between those two sides. As Jose here gets the Hammerstein Ballroom up on its feet, gets a little bit, it gets the room getting a little bit jiggy now with No Way Jose. The fiesta is winding up here as he looks to take on Mike Kanellis here, of course, a man who used to be, who has taken quite a drastic change ever since, a year and a half ago now, when the New World Order fell apart. Mike Kanellis back at that point was the leader of it. He was the longest reigning ECW champion, but that is not him anymore. He is now devoted to himself and his wife, Maria Kanellis, who is not here tonight. Mike Kanellis said he did not want her to be, did not want her to fall ill being in a room like this one with all these disgusting subjects. He decided to do his wife a favor and leave her at home. Mike Kanellis, though, is going to fight on behalf of her and devotes this matchup to Maria Kanellis, as you can see by the fact she is on his jacket and his ring attire as well. Kanellis has been getting himself involved a little bit with Tyler Bate, of course. That's why they were in the tag team matchup last week. I think it was 3 weeks ago now that happened. And Maria Kanellis explained that, I believe, 2 weeks ago, if that's the case, by saying Mike Kanellis did it simply because he can. And he believes that Tyler Bate is overrated. Well, after picking up a win last week over him, not, of course, advertedly, you know, it was kind of a matter of fact that with Jose tapping out, Mike Kanellis did beat Tyler Bate. Maybe he was right about his point, or at least right in his mind about his point as we get things go. Whoa! That took no time at all. Tyler Bate's theme was hit there, but Bate ain't there. Kanellis is looking around trying to find him. There's no Tyler Bate in sight. The referee just is confused. Oh, you might want to turn around. There's Tyler Bate. Bate. Tyler Driver. And he gets out of there. No Way Jose has been gifted this on a silver platter. He stumbles over. And No Way Jose takes advantage with a cover with 1, 2, and 3. No Way Jose is victorious, but give the whole assist to Tyler Bate. I don't think Jose was any the wiser. That drop kick got the best of him. Kanellis, though, is the one entirely stunned here tonight. Well, how's that for a little bit of retribution? Last week they used a steel chair. This week they use an external force of their own. Jose and Bate work together there once more, and it allows victory for Jose. But I think it was more about Bate getting revenge on Kanellis. Oh, well, I wonder if this will make a difference later on tonight when Tyler Bate's in action against Big Cass. It may well do so, but No Way Jose has rectified his victory from last week. Interesting scenes indeed. Well, 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 it has been an interesting night already. I am not usually one who enjoys seeing actions like that, but I'll let it slide. I quite enjoyed that. I don't usually like seeing on NXT, but Bate is certainly showing that he's dropped the kind of calmness to him. Those words from Mike Kanellis have actually got the better of Tyler Bate there. This may bring out a more aggressive Tyler Bate than we've seen before. I'm all for it if that's the case, but we're going to move on here to our next contest. I said about the NXT Tag Team Title Division, and here it is tonight. Eric Young will go up against one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions in Jason Jordan. And as you see, none of Sanity is coming to the ring with Eric Young. That's because the commissioner and the general manager have made the stipulation that Sanity and Chad Gable as well are banned from ringside. This is going to be a straight one-on-one contest between these two sides to get a determined winner heading into NXT TakeOver. Of course, Sanity won a 6-man tag to become the #1 contenders, ending off their battles with the DCC. And now we head forth, seeing what the future holds in the eyes of Sanity and American Alpha. I, for one, am certainly looking forward to it. Eric Young is certainly going to be looking forward as well to putting a hurting on Jason Jordan. You know EY loves to get in the ring and loves to inflict punishment on his opponents, and he's going to do that right here against a man who he's been wanting to inflict a hurting on as well for some time. And of course, when Takeover comes about, that hurting will mean even more because the NXT Tag Team titles could come with them. Sanity, of course, were inches away from winning the titles at Takeover Toronto, if not for the DCC. Then, of course, they weren't pinned by the Grand Amplitude. They weren't pinned by a big move. Chad Gable got a very lucky sunset flip in and was able to roll up Eric Young to retain the titles. But now in a straight matchup between both sides, it could be the very opposite. I do believe that if Sanity, don't win here, then I don't think they'll ever have a chance to win. But I do believe if Sanity win here tonight, then they have proven that these last few months, that even back as far as Takeover Toronto, that the outcome was inevitable, that they were going to always be the NXT Tag Team Champions, and the DCC just elongated that time. And we'll see if that'll be the case in, of course, 2 weeks from time at Takeover Orlando. But right now, Jason Jordan looking in good spirits. I think this might be... We've seen Jordan and Gable engage in singles matches before, but I think this is the first time that they've engaged in a singles match whereby their tag team partner is not at ringside with them. Which is certainly very, very interesting to think about. The interesting thing, of course, to remember as well about American Alpha, just a little bit of trivia for you. Interesting trivia fact of the day for you. Right now, American Alpha are the longest reigning champions in this universe. One day longer than the second place, which is ECW champion Seth Rollins. Been a great tag team title reign thus far for American Alpha in that case, holding on to those titles now for almost, well, just over 7 months as a matter of fact. Which I think is very, very interesting to think about. And we'll see if they can continue that reign going past NXT TakeOver or not. Right now you see Eric Young engaging in a collar elbow tie-up with Jason Jordan. Bit interesting given the fact that Jordan, of course, a collegiate athlete wrestler. But oh, there's the little bit of a wilder side from Eric Young there. Just had him in a tie clinch and got him with a big knee in the head there. Something that Jason Jordan certainly hasn't been able to prepare himself for throughout his collegiate wrestling. Lovely drop kick though by Jordan as these two sides now engage in their conflict with one another. Sanity will be looking on backstage, hoping to see their leader doing them well. Chad Gable will be looking to do the same. There can only be one winner, of course, in this matchup. And that's what makes the match itself at NXT TakeOver that much more interesting, you know. There are so many elements heading into the show that can really make a difference on the night. American Alpha have so much to prove, you know, since the very first day that Sanity showed up on the scene. They showed up. Who did they beat in their first match? American Alpha. Who have they almost beat for the titles on 2 occasions? American Alpha. Who haven't American Alpha convincingly defeated yet in their title reign? Sanity. There is so much on the line between both sides at TakeOver, and the fact that there can only be one winner makes it that much more interesting. I think this is... It's not overlooked by any sense, but I think this is one of the more sleeper matches on the card. Certainly has the biggest, well, not maybe the biggest, but the longest story heading into it. And I'm very much looking forward to the match as a whole, but we're on the outside now. Jason Jordan walked into Eric Young's playground, and he's feeling the wrath of it into the barricade, or the steel barricade, might I point out. Back first, and then his throat across the railing as well. Eric Young now has returned to the ring and is in control. Jason Jordan slipping outside, but that is not a wise decision because, as I stated, he's in Eric Young's playground right now. This is not where you want to be at all. Up in a powerbomb position here. What's he going to do? Brings him down. Look at the strength there of Eric Young being displayed. Transitioning through them all, but Jason Jordan slipped out of it there. Caught him there with that blow, though. Didn't allow Jordan a chance back in this matchup, and this one's going to hurt him again. Once more, his back careening into that steel barricade. Looking for some kind of slam there as the count increases here. Now up to a 7 between these two sides. Oh, into the steps goes Wwe there. And he could be in jeopardy here. Oh, Jordan showing signs of respect. He's clearly stating that he doesn't want this to be a count-out win by any means. He wants to beat Eric Young with his own 2 hands. What a counter there by Wwe out of mid-air, though. Jason Jordan looks a little bit set back. He was trying to use his power to his advantage there, and it ended up being something that cost him greatly. Eric Young now going to town on Wwe. As he's going to town on himself. No, on Jason Jordan. Death Valley driver there. And this could be it. Eric Young's going to go up high here. He's going to look for that elbow drop. Or not. He goes for the moonsault instead. Missed it. And Jason Jordan has a chance to get himself fired up once more. After playing to Wwe's games now, Jason Jordan needs to start playing to his own games. Do not slip into Eric Young's side of the pond. Play to your own strengths. Big neck breaker there by Eric Young as he is still in control of Jason Jordan. His unpredictable offense, I think, is playing a very strong role in why that's the case. Jordan now being taken up to the top rope here. Oh, Eric Young putting someone up there in dangerous position. It certainly is an idea that appeases to Eric Young. And that demented mind of his, superplex, and down we go. Up on that second rope now. Went for the forearm across the face and he missed it. Jason Jordan now fighting back here. Oh, I think I know what he's got in mind. Takes him into the turnbuckle. There's the shoulder tackle. Here comes the overhead belly to belly. Wwe is suddenly in trouble. Cover that follows as Jason Jordan put away Eric Young here. No, not by a long shot. Both sides are exerting a lot of force to try and beat the other. Only one can be victorious, and Jason Jordan's looking to make it about him here. Looks for the German suplex. Wwe reverses. Sneaks one up from behind here. Rolls up Jason Jordan. Is this enough for victory? There's 2. And he was so close there to getting 3. And as this highly contested match continues on here, Jason Jordan trying to fight back here against Eric Young. Pummeling into it, but oh, here comes Sanity. What the hell? They were supposed to be banned from ringside. Fulton, Dane, and Young now pummeling it to Jason Jordan. Gable nowhere in sight. But the job isn't done yet by Sanity. Eric Young giving them their marching orders. Sending Fulton to the outside as the stomps continue on here. A cheer being involved now and pummeling down on Jordan. Jason Jordan is defenseless to the actions of Sanity. American Alpha have been dealt a huge blow here tonight, and Sanity were more than happy to be the ones to deliver said blow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. If there are rules enforced, then Sanity will do their best to not follow them. I think that's something that we just ultimately learned right there. Well, not much I can say about that one. I mean, Jason Jordan was a victim there of Sanity's attacks. I can only assume the reason Chad Gable couldn't make the save is because of the same. A victim of the attacks of Sanity backstage, I imagine. American Alpha have just been sent on the back burner, it seems. Or on the back foot, rather, I think is the better term for it. Heading into Takeover now. Sanity are letting themselves try and run this asylum. And look to take over the main room of it all. Look to make themselves the enforcers of the asylum by taking those NXT tag team titles at Takeover. American Alpha, I've got to try and shun them out of it and shut the door on them to deny that from being the reality. And we have this match here now to look forward to. We just seen this man a little bit earlier in the night. Tyler Bate already got himself involved with Mike Kanellis and now has to go up against Big Cass, who of course has just seen his Takeover opponent pick up a victory, albeit not under the most legitimate of circumstances. It was a victory nonetheless. Here he comes towards the ring, the man responsible for why Enzo Amore will never be seen around here again. Sent him on his way. kicked him into an emergency ward, and one that I don't really care if Enzo Amore managed to get himself out of either or not. Big Cass, though, has stated that NXT is going to be about him, and that No Way Jose is just the first step to proving it. He wants to get rid of No Way Jose the same way he did Enzo Amore, because No Way Jose reminds him of Enzo Amore. And now it's time to take care of that business at Takeover in Falls Count Anywhere as well. Certainly a little bit more personal, but one that I am looking forward to. This match, though, not Falls Count Anywhere, but certainly a matchup that both sides want to get a win in. Tyler Bate has been heeding those words of Big Cass, of Mike Kanellis greatly, and would love a win here over Big Cass. Big Cass needs a win here to keep himself going heading into Takeover. Russian leg sweep there, using his power right from the bat on Tyler Bate there. Certainly a kind of a David and Goliath situation. The much taller and much stronger Big Cass against the quicker and more agile Tyler Bate, however. Irish whip there off the ropes comes Bate, but a collision between the two there denies Big Cass from getting anything going. Nice series of quick moves there. And Tyler Bate now using his strength to his advantage. Not quite to the extent that Pete Dunne was able to use it, but certainly a good showing of it nonetheless. Here come the strikes once more now from Bate. Oh, but he ran right into that back body drop from Cass. Wrenching on the arm now, trying to take away the ability from Tyler Bate to slam Big Cass. He's just seen that he can do it, so he wanted to deny him from being able to pull it off more than once. He's going to look for that again here. Great work by Big Cass, though. Slips out of it in an elevated DDT. Catches Tyler Bate once more. Certainly since this new attitude to Big Cass has come out, his ring awareness has got... He's got much more ring smarts going for him. He's able to learn a lot more counters. He's able to slip out of a lot more maneuvers. And Bate has got to try and use everything that he has going for him in his young career thus far to his advantage. Bate gonna fly, double axe handle. Basically just pounced himself entirely there at Big Cass instead, but it worked. Into the barricade now goes Cass, and his back will follow up going into it as well. Tyler Bate certainly got more aggressive since this whole Mike Kanellis saga has kicked off. Kicks and strikes now once more being unloaded by Tyler Bate, but look at how Big Cass is almost able to shrug them off there. Great counters, but an even better counter there by Tyler Bate. A reverse DDT, and he keeps going now. Got him up here. Powerbomb by Bate, indeed it is. What strength by Bate showing there. Big Cass is stumbling a little bit here. He is struggling, or he was just playing possum. And a reverse DDT of his own. And you saw for a second, Bate was either gripping onto his shoulder or his neck, and Big Cass has decided that he is going to continue working on it here. The nerve grip is sunk in here. The longer Bate stays in this, the less likely he would be to inflict a move like the Tyler driver, especially on the bigger man that is Big Cass. Half and half suplex there, though. The impact of it certainly hurting Big Cass as he clutches onto his ribs there. This is looking great so far from Tyler Bate, but Big Cass is still able to keep going throughout everything. Cass now, sidewalk slam? Indeed it is. A hard boot in the back there as Big Cass takes up to the second rope now. This is going to hurt him. Oh! Huge splash coming down on Bate by the 7-footer there, but he's still kicking out early. And again, he goes back to the nerve grip, however. He is making sure that Bate cannot execute the Tyler driver for the victory. Oh, he's standing in position. I think he's looking for that Empire elbow, maybe. If he was, Bate denied it. Jawbreaker there, and Bate now looking to strike quickly. Tyler driver! He executed that one out of the blue, and is a victory over Big Cass. 2. Oh, Cass kicked out. Bate was but so close to victory there, however. Kick countered. Cass there with a hard elbow and just launches him across the ring. Now Big Cass is getting frustrated. But once more, Bate is able to counter his way out. Another jawbreaker there, and the strikes keep on rolling. Headbutt by Tyler Bate. Big Cass is a long way away there, and Bate decides it wouldn't be worth it to try and fly all the way over to him. Drops down there, and another jawbreaker to the big man. This time, Bate feels more comfortable in taking flight from this side of the ring, however. What is he going to look for? Double foot stomps into the gut. Elbow drop to follow up after it. Tyler Bate now going through his whole arsenal here to try and get this big win. To really shut Mike Kanellis up tonight. And to shut Big Cass up heading into TakeOver, but it ain't looking so strong for him right now. He's up on the top rope with a 7-footer about to get up there with him. Oh, good God. Superplex. Oh, my God. That's looking dangerous. Bate with a hard knee. Slips his way out of it. Hangs onto the apron there by the skin of his teeth. Brings himself back in. Forearm shot now. Oh, but Big Cass stopped himself there. Used the ropes to stop him. Look at the strength with that Gorilla Press Slam now. And the big boot by Cass. A hard big boot in the skull could end it. No, Bate still kicks out at 2. Big Cass thinks it's a slow count, but it was not to be the case. And Big Cass now almost thinking, what the hell do I do next? How the hell do I finish off Tyler Bate? Is the East River crossing on the mind for Big Cass in these next few moments? Thinking of a sidewalk slam there. Counter by Bate, slips under. Snap German suplex there by Tyler Bate at a 7-footer. What strength by Bate. And he slipped himself into a grand window of opportunity from seemingly nothing. Cass is almost out on his feet here at the wrath of a second Tyler driver. Look at that move by Bate. Absolutely outstanding as he catches Big Cass with it. Is it enough for victory here? Into the count. 1, 2. Tyler Bate still can't put it away. 2 of them haven't finished Big Cass yet. This is why Big Cass is going to take over. This is why Tyler Bate can't afford to lose this one here tonight. So much on the line for either side. Oh, what a running knee in the face, though. Big Cass is now getting far more aggressive. He looks for something there, but it's very quickly countered by Tyler Bate, who targets the arm of Big Cass now. Moves himself around to the legs and goes after them as well. Smart thinking here by Bate as he's going to stamp on these kneecaps of his. Take away the vertical stance now that Big Cass presents. Super kick into the gut. Bate is just going through a flurry of strikes right now. He's fatigued, but he's still fighting. Can the same be said for Big Cass? I don't think so. Snap German suplex again. The next move has to be the one to end it. What a flurry here to go out on by Tyler Bate. Big Cass has had no response to all of this. A third Tyler driver. Is third time gonna be the charm? Rolls over. 1, 2, 3. Tyler Bate beat Big Cass with one of the most gutless performances. Sorry, not gutless, that's the wrong word. With one of the most hard-felt and hard-fought victories that he's ever had to go through in his entire career. Nothing but guts, heart, and determination got him that one. But Bate isn't finished yet. Bate's asking for a microphone. And Bate has put down the gauntlet right here tonight on NXT. He is speaking directly to Mike Kanellis. Am I overrated anymore? Do you want me to prove that I'm not? Face Bate at TakeOver. Oh, Tyler Bate really taking the words and running with them. Bate wants Kanellis a takeover, and after tonight, I don't think Kanellis has any option but to accept. Bate has forced his hand tonight on NXT. Well, Bate has put out the challenge, and I certainly am one who welcomes it, and I want to see it happen. I want to see those two square off a takeover. This hunger within Tyler Bate, I am loving it. And I hope that we see the matchup take place at Takeover, if not from the response, of course, from Michael Maria Kanellis, and certainly from the NXT board itself. But that is, of course, even though we are close to Takeover, that is a topic for next week, I think, at this point, because we have come to our main event, and what a main event it is indeed. Kurt Angle, the NXT Global Champion, one-on-one in non-title action against the #1 contender for the NXT Championship in Hiroshi Tanahashi, two of the finest athletes of their era squaring off one-on-one here. Kurt Angle saw what happened earlier tonight. He saw Big Show beat Pete Dunne, and he knows, of course, at Takeover he's got to take them both on in a triple threat match. It's going to be a very, very interesting affair when they meet in that ring. But as for right now, Kurt Angle needs to try and keep some semblance of momentum going for him. He needs to bounce back from that loss to Big Show last week, and he needs to try and find a way to overcome Hiroshi Tanahashi, a matter far, far easier said than done. Kurt Angle knows how talented Tanahashi is, and Tanahashi knows in turn how talented Kurt Angle is, but only one of them can be the winner, despite the fact that both of them need this win. And as Angle stands in the ring there, the Hammerstein Ballroom prepare to see the ace come towards the ring. Tanahashi in good spirits after his victory over Kushida last week to close out NXT. He was sent a stern warning message from Corin, but it seems as if Tanahashi, he's been through it on more than one occasion. He knows that he can almost bounce his way back from it. He knows that he can just put it aside almost. Tanahashi has been through those kind of words, people telling him that on far more than one occasion. It doesn't matter to Tanahashi. It's just words. What matters to Tanahashi the most is action. And unless Corin can bring some action to Takeover, or prior to Takeover rather, and leave Tanahashi on the back foot a little bit, something that'll really shake Tanahashi up, then it's not going to faze Tanahashi. It's not going to matter to Tanahashi. That is how that is the way in which Tanahashi will compete. I mean, you look at this feud so far, it's been Corin running his mouth left, right, and center towards Tanahashi, and Tanahashi in turn letting his actions speak for himself, staying silent, but just doing his work in the ring. And if the ring work is anything to go by as of late, Corin's going all out aggressive. But Tanahashi's been fighting the tougher opponents. He's been fighting the better athletes. And that is what helps to make his victories heading into Takeover that much better than Corin's. Yeah, he put Macho Man out indefinitely. Yeah, he pummeled into Broken Matt Hardy a few weeks ago, but none of them are Tanahashi. None of them in that aspect truly make a difference to Takeover. It's just Corin having his own way. Just Corin doing whatever he wants to do. Whereas Tanahashi is having these back and forth matches, and he's going through these grueling matches, not because it's some kind of punishment, it's because it's how he gets himself prepared for Takeover. You've got to commend him for it, as he has a great back and forth start there with Kurt Angle in that collar and elbow tie-up. Neither guy could find an edge over each other, really. Now that that's out of the way, we head into the action itself. Strikes looking like for a feeling out process until Kurt Angle tries to go after the pace there with a hard backbreaker. Let's see what Angle will use here tonight to try and overcome Tanahashi. There's a reason this is the main event of NXT. Hell, this could main event a Takeover, I think, with the caliber of talent that's in this ring. Good jawbreaker there by Tanahashi to counter his way out of it. Has he got something in store here? He has. Nice suplex. So no, I don't know what the exact word I was looking for there. Like a suplex driver, I guess. Something along those lines. Used to be a cradle shock, of course, until Chris Sabin changed that up. Angle, pretty easy with that, is snap suplex. As he continues to work on the back and now the neck of Tanahashi. Certainly seems as if the angle lock rather is not on the topic of the day, but rather the angle slam is going to be the one to try and finish off Tanahashi, so it seems. Angle from the second rope now, looking to fly there with a blockbuster. Tanahashi moved out of the way and quickly combats it with a Saito suplex there to Angle. Good stuff thus far. Cannonball sent on there by Tanahashi, who's already going well up high. It's amazing how quickly Tanahashi scales that top rope there. Just jumps up to it. He flies now. Cross-body variation of the high fly flow. And Tanahashi immediately continues going to work here. Dragon Sleeper applied now to Kurt Angle. Looking, definitely not for a tap out here of the Olympic gold medalist, but certainly to wear him down. Knees there, hard knees in the face by Kurt Angle to Tanahashi to get himself out of that one. Body lock applied now by Kurt Angle. This is smart. I do like a hold. It's a great hold. It really sucks the wind out of your opponent and it keeps them trapped in. But Tanahashi has been through everything, every hold, far more than once as well. He knows his way out of them. Oh! Looked like he might have been thinking drop toe hold there. Kurt Angle getting aggressive. And Tanahashi did not move after that boot caught him right in the face. Angle now. This time he gets the blockbuster and Tanahashi goes rolling out to the apron. The ace taking a moment to recover there. Kurt Angle could see this as a sign of weakness, though, and the Olympic gold medalist could go right after him. Oh, Tanahashi not welcome to Angle, giving him some space there. He's going to fly again. There's that crossbody variation of high fly flow. Into the cover goes Tanahashi. Angle kicking out early, but he stays down. Tanahashi goes right up to the top rope here. High fly flow by Tanahashi. 1, 2, and oh, Angle kicks out at 2. Tanahashi struck fast with that one. And it wasn't enough to put away Kurt Angle on this occasion. But more than enough, I think, to shake the Olympic gold medalist. And give Tanahashi a feeling of great momentum now as he hones in. Styles clash to Angle. Rolls over with a cover there. And 1, 2, and a kick out. Tanahashi, though, is in firm control of this matchup right now. Kurt Angle is struggling. Maybe I spoke too soon there. Great counter by Angle. Collision between the two. But Angle, quick as a whip, it is right back into the swing of things, because here come the triple Germans now. 2 for you and a third to Tanahashi. Angle will lie in wait now, or not. Aggressive shots there by the Olympic gold medalist. And a belly to belly now that follows up. If Kurt Angle's going to hit that angle slam, he wants it to be enough to completely finish off Tanahashi here. Middle of the ring. He's going right to the legs. He's changed his game plan up there. He's trying to fool Tanahashi maybe. Tanahashi may have been able to block that angle slam, but now the angle lock is applied. Ankle lock is stitched in deep here. Tanahashi facing the wrong way from the ropes as well. And with Angle's legs clasped around the ankle, there's no real way to get out of it. Tanahashi has to suffer in this hold. And Tanahashi is getting his way out of it, kicking at the hand there of Kurt Angle to escape. Only the ace would know a counter like that one. Drop kick into the leg. Tanahashi letting Angle know that his leg is still working fine, even after that move. Look at that response by Tanahashi now. Snap suplex, floats over into the cover with great speed. Angle kicks out at 2. These two men are putting on an absolute clinic right now in the main event. Elbow by Angle to counter it there as he got something else in store here. Grabs Tanahashi. And look at the little, even the little bits of respect there. He didn't grip the hair, he just grabbed onto Tanahashi's neck. Bits like that just show the respect that these two men have for one another. But they are still going all out for victory. Wrenching on the neck now is Kurt Angle, but Tanahashi able to fight his way out of that one. Oh, up on the shoulder here. This is going to be dangerous. Angle thinking snake eyes, and he gets it, or stun gun rather, should I say. Kurt Angle's looking pretty good right now, and he might be thinking triple Germans again. Indeed he is, because here they come. Tanahashi has been unable to respond for a good chunk of time now, and this appeals to the NXT champion. This appeals to Corin's chance of retaining the title, and this appeals to a Kurt Angle victory right about now. Angle slam, he got him. Angle hooks the leg, Tanahashi's foot under the rope, however. The ace with ace ring positioning to hang on there. Can he get a fight back going here though? Angle's in great control, and if not for the rope break, would that have ended it? There's another blockbuster to Tanahashi. He picks him up again. Oh, but Tanahashi finally able to counter his way out of a collision between the two, and Angle's the one sending Tanahashi into the turnbuckle here. Perches him up high now. This could fire, but this could backfire though for Kurt Angle. Oh, maybe not. This is looking like a big time superplex on its way. Tanahashi caught with a superplex. Into the cover goes Angle, hoping it's enough. Tanahashi, after everything he's endured, will not stay down even for a 1 count. Look at that though, by Tanahashi, slips out of the way. Countered though, goes stumbling over the top rope. Tanahashi counters with a forearm shot there. And a sling blade to Angle. Just like that, it changes. Top rope, high fly flow. If he's able to do it that quickly at Takeover, are we looking at a new NXT champion? 1, 2, 3. Tanahashi overcomes Kurt Angle. What a comeback right at the end there to secure that victory. Credit where credit is due. That was a great... No, this can't be happening. Tanahashi, no. Turn around, man. Here comes Corin now. The championship, but Tanahashi's fighting back. Tanahashi, it's like he knew this was incoming. Challenger has champion's number right now. Tanahashi, sling blade to Corin. Tanahashi goes up high. Do it, Tanahashi, please. High fly flow to Corin. And the champion has his mouth shut on tonight's NXT. And is what we see here a sign of what's to come at Takeover? Tanahashi holding the NXT Championship up in the air as we close out this episode of NXT. Is this how we will close out Takeover Orlando as well? Is Tanahashi going to be the one to dethrone Corin? Lord, I hope it's true.